जो आप हमें सिखा सकें, एक्टिविटी बेस्ड हो और भी बेहतर है, नहीं है प्रेजेंटेशन के थ्रू। आप लोग खुद आगे आए अपनी एक्सपर्टीज के साथ, अपने दोस्तों को मोटिवेट करें कि जो भी जरूरी नहीं है कि वो टफ ट्रैक से हो, जरूरी नहीं है वो एक्सेलियर हो या हमारा कोई कार्यक्रम कर चुके हो। आपके नोन में कोई भी ऐसे एक्सपर्ट हैं जिनकी कोई पर्टिकुलर फील्ड है या जो कुछ अच्छा हमारे यहाँ एलुमनी को सिखा सकते हैं, आप उन्हें इनवाइट करें। हम उन्हें मंच देंगे यहाँ पर वो बोलने के लिए और दिखाने के लिए और सिखाने के लिए। दूसरा है हमारा कल्चरल, जो हमने स्टेट बेस्ड प्रोग्राम कर दिया है। इंडिया में इतनी सारी स्टेट्स हैं, हर जगह का अलग कल्चर है, हर के अपने ट्रेडिशंस हैं, फोक हैं। सो आप कुछ फोक सॉन्ग अपने ट्रेडिशनल अटायर में लेकर आए, कुछ फोक सॉन्ग, फोक डांसेस। जरूरी नहीं है यहीं के स्टेट्स के हों, अगर आप बाहर रह रहे हैं इंडिया से तो वहां किसी और डिफरेंट कंट्री का फोक या ट्राइबल भी आप कार्यक्रम लेके आ सकते हैं और अपने दोस्तों को भी मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं। तीसरी चीज, ये एलुमनाई फोरम जो है, सिर्फ अपने एलुमनाई के अलावा आप अपने गेस्ट भी यहाँ इनवाइट कर सकते हैं। जो लिंक आपको भेजा जाता है आप आगे अपने दोस्तों को, रिश्तेदारों को, सबको फॉरवर्ड कर सकते हैं। अगर आपको लगता है कि ये वर्थ है, यहाँ पर आप अपने दोस्तों को बुला के एक अच्छा 1 घंटे का कार्यक्रम में शामिल कर सकते हैं उन लोगों को, तो वो भी आप कीजिए। चलिए, तो इसके साथ ही अपने दिन की शुरुआत करते हैं हमारी प्रार्थना के साथ। Anirudh, it's not clearly visible. I cannot read the words.
Now is it okay?
It's not, Anirudh. Let me share.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ravina? Yes, I can read it now.
Great.
चलिए मेरे पीछे पीछे दोहराएंगे। हे ईश्वर, मुझे अपनी शांति का माध्यम बना लो।
हे ईश्वर, मुझे अपनी शांति का माध्यम बना लो।
जहाँ घृणा दिखाई दे वहाँ मुझे प्रेम के बीज बोने दो।
जहाँ घृणा दिखाई दे वहाँ मुझे प्रेम के बीज बोने दो।
जहाँ भूल दिखाई दे वहाँ क्षमा के।
जहाँ भूल दिखाई दे वहाँ क्षमा के।
जहाँ संशय दिखाई दे वहाँ आस्था के।
जहाँ संशय दिखाई दे वहाँ आस्था के।
जहाँ निराशा दिखाई दे वहाँ आशा के।
जहाँ निराशा दिखाई दे वहाँ आशा के।
जहाँ अंधकार हो वहाँ प्रकाश के।
जहाँ अंधकार हो वहाँ प्रकाश के।
जहाँ शोक हो वहाँ प्रसन्नता के।
जहाँ शोक हो वहाँ प्रसन्नता के।
हे सर्वव्यापी प्रभु,
हे सर्वव्यापी प्रभु,
मुझे शक्ति दो कि मैं प्रयत्नशील रहूं।
मुझे शक्ति दो कि मैं प्रयत्नशील रहूं।
सांत्वना खोजने के स्थान पर सांत्वना देने के लिए।
सांत्वना खोजने के स्थान पर सांत्वना देने के लिए।
समझे जाने के बजाय दूसरों को समझने के लिए।
समझे जाने के बजाय दूसरों को समझने के लिए।
प्रेम पाने के स्थान पर प्रेम बांटने के लिए।
प्रेम पाने के स्थान पर प्रेम बांटने के लिए।
दान के गर्भ में ही निहित है प्राप्ति का मूल।
दान के गर्भ में ही निहित है प्राप्ति का मूल।
क्षमा देने से ही मिलता है क्षमा का प्रकाश।
क्षमा देने से ही मिलता है क्षमा का प्रकाश।
मृत्यु से ही खुलता है शाश्वत जीवन का द्वार।
मृत्यु से ही खुलता है शाश्वत जीवन का द्वार।
धन्यवाद। तो कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए आइए मिलते हैं एक ऐसी खूबसूरत शख्स से जो जब बच्ची थी तो चाहती थी कि उनके पास इतनी सुपर पावर हो जिससे वे इस दुनिया को खतरों से बचा सकें, और बड़े होने पर भी कुछ बदला नहीं है। सपना अब भी वही है, दुनिया को बचाने का सुपर पावर्स के साथ, लेकिन तरीका अब ज्यादा असरदार हो चुका है। मानव को खतरों से बचाने के लिए यह पीएचडी करना चाहती हैं मनोविज्ञान में। पढ़ने एवं नृत्य में इनकी रुचि है। एसएससी पास करने के बावजूद इन्होंने ट्रेनिंग नहीं ली क्योंकि ये दूसरों के जीवन में योगदान का कार्य करना चाहती हैं। ऑनलाइन टीचर हैं, एसएससी, यूपीएससी, पीसीएस का ये ट्रेनिंग्स देती हैं। तो आइए मिलते हैं हमारी आज की खूबसूरत एमसी निशा दलाल।
Thank you, Anjali, for such a beautiful introduction. And now, my dear One Voicers, I would like to greet everyone a lovely Sunday morning. So now, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to add 3 more quality years to your lives? Well, I'm definitely going to tell you how. So here I am, Nisha Dalal, and I belong to a place where Shri Krishna narrated Srimad Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, the land of Haryana. And I'm your master of ceremony for today. So many of us have children, and those who haven't had them yet, they surely do have their younger siblings, right? So do you love them? No, this is not some kind of a joke. I'm serious. Do you love them? Well, obviously, your answer is yes. Then listen to this beautiful story. And I'm sure that all of you will be able to relate to this. So, once a primary school invited all the parents of their students for a parent teacher meeting. And the parents went to their schools in their gentlemanly attires and luxurious cars. And when they reached to the school, they weren't allowed to meet their kids. Instead, they were made to sit in a hall where, at the front of each person, on the table, a white sheet and wax crayons were placed already. To their surprise, they were told to draw a scenery on that white sheet with the colors. They could have drawn whatever came to their minds, but most of them painted a landscape having mountains at the background. And between those mountains, a blue river was emerging. And on the bank of that blue river, there was a hut. Around that hut, there was green grass and many trees. The hut was surrounded by bright red and yellow flowers. And at the top, in the blue sky, the orange sun was rising up behind the mountains. Some of them painted the rainbow over the hut. I know all of you have pictured it in your minds by now. Isn't that scenery beautiful? Well, after this activity, all the parents were made to sit in the second hall, and now the kids were called into the first hall. They were also given the new white sheets and asked to do the same, to paint whatever comes to their mind. But they were not given the new colors. They were made to use the colors that were left behind by their parents. And after this activity was over, the parents were called back to the first hall and asked to see the paintings of their kids. And when they saw those paintings, they were shocked. Why? Because their little children had painted their sceneries in black and gray colors only. They had drawn black rivers, dark gray trees, black hut, gray grass, black flowers, light gray sky, and black sun. Do you want to know the reason why did they do that? Because those kids didn't have the bright colors, as all the bright and beautiful colors were already used up by their parents. So the kids were left with the dark colors only, and mostly the black color. That's why they painted everything in the shades of gray and black, because they were left with no choice. All of their resources were already consumed by their parents blindly. Does it sound relatable? What have we done to our next generation? And what are we still doing? We are blindly consuming all the natural resources. How our next generations will suppose to live in a world full of darkness, black smoky skies, polluted rivers, poisonous atmosphere, no more red and yellow flowers, no more colorful rainbows. Do you know that 15 out of world's 20 polluted cities are in India only? People in cities are breathing poison day and night. India's capital, which is home to some of country's best known landmarks like the Red Fort, the India Gate, the Parliament building, are now hidden under a blanket of smoke. Air pollution is killing more people than smoking does, and it reduces life expectancy worldwide by an average of 3 years. Yeah. And what are we doing to counter this? I know you would say that the government is doing this, the government is doing that. But let me rephrase my question. What we as individuals are doing to counter this? Isn't it our cumulative responsibility towards our mother nature to help her heal herself? I want you to ask yourselves, how many trees have you planted so far? Well, today, can I have the commitment from all of you that you will plant at least one tree every year? And now, I would like to conclude it with a quotation of a renowned American historian, playwright, and philosopher, Howard Zinn. He said that we don't have to engage in grand, heroic actions to participate in change. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. And now, at last, as one voicers, it is our cumulative responsibility to spread this message out to the masses so that our next generations can also paint the bright rainbows. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as always, Excellier Manmeet Kaur is the timekeeper and she will be keeping the track. And now let's get to know our family of one voicers. So an Excellier from 2005 batch, hailing from Faridabad, she is an MA and PhD in English. Among many of her achievements are her being a professional counselor, certified psychometric testing professional, Reiki grandmaster, and a certified yoga trainer. And now she is a CBSE board examiner for English language. In her free time, she attends satsangs and does meditation. And she has, oh my God, the list of her achievements is huge. She has also been the master of ceremony in her tough track course.
Thank you, Nisha. Your one voicer, Dr. Sundari Kuber, here. First of all, I would like to begin today's talk about myself with a sense of gratitude to our one and only master, mentor, guide, Mr. Ashu Ghosh. Friends, here is a sum up of the journey of my life in 5 minutes. I was born in Tamil Nadu on 17th of January to such noble parents who always believed in virtues like honesty, integrity, and positive contribution to society. Friends, I did my schooling from St. Luke's Girls Convent and did my collegiate education from Stella Maris, Chennai, which is still among the top 10 colleges of the country. By qualification, I'm a triple first class BSc with B.Ed, 2 master's degrees, one in social work and one in English, and I've done my doctorate in English. While in college, I was the treasurer of the zoology club and in the second year, and I was also the secretary of the zoology club in the third year. Then I proceeded to do master's degree from the very same college in social work, and I specialized in community development, rural and urban. During my master's degree in the college, I was the elected president of the Social Work Students Association, Stella Maris, Chennai. Then I worked as a project coordinator with Rural Women's Social Education Center, wherein I was in charge of planning and execution of the social welfare programs for 12 villages adopted by our organization. I had the privilege of working in the capacity of senior social worker with a family helper project, wherein I could reach out my services to the underprivileged masses. There was a leave vacancy in my college and I had worked as a professor there also. I had worked with alcoholics and drug addicts in the capacity of a public relations officer at T.T. Ranganathan Clinical Research Foundation founded by Padma Shri awardee Dr. Shanti Ranganathan, and our friendship continues till date. Then I moved on to the corporate sector, and during the tenure of my service there, I won the Best Sales Executive Award at the national level in our company, Pertec Computers Limited. After my daughter was born, I decided to quit the corporate sector and take up the education line, since I felt that the working hours would give me quality time both with my little growing daughter as well as with my aging parents. My school job also gave me enough of opportunity to help in molding many of my students into responsible citizens of the country. I had been one of the favorite teachers of the management as well as the students. I was awarded the Best Teacher Award by the Public School Welfare Society of Faridabad. And I had also been one of the CBSE examiners for the English language. I had received a letter of appreciation personally signed by the then Minister of Human Resource Development, Srimati Smriti Irani, on behalf of the Government of India for the stellar performance of my students in the secondary school examination conducted by CBSE. In the year 2019, I was featured in a calendar of top 12 role models of the nation, brought out by the organizers of the Health Queen India. My vision is to have a healthy, prosperous, and a peaceful world. So as part of my vision, as a certified yoga teacher, Patanjali yoga teacher, as a give back to the society, I conduct free pranayam and yoga classes on Google Meet, and it gives me immense pleasure to see people come out of their ailments and enjoy positive health. Right now, I am a senior executive director with Modi Care, wherein I am helping all my team members to become economically independent and promote better health in the society at large. It is noteworthy to mention here that there are many women who are also single mothers.
Warning.
Last but not the least, my UXL course had helped me to realize that the number of blessings I received in my life are far more than the challenges that I had faced in my life. And Dil se, I thank Ashid for this wonderfully crafted program, and thank you, audience, for your patient listening. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Love all of you.
That was wonderful to get to know about you, Dr. Sundari. And now it's time for the fun game. And today's fun game is all about blood relations. Like if I say, what is your relation with your mother's husband? And your answer will be your father. So I have kept these puzzles very simple. Just try to understand and solve them by relating them with yourselves. So can we have the slides, please, Anirudh? And now here comes the first question. Please get to the first question, Anirudh. Okay, so a man introduced the boy, coming with him as he is the son of the father of my wife's daughter. Now, what relation did the boy bear to the man? I think the answer is showing in this slide.
Son of the father.
ये क्या किया इसने?
He's a son. He's a son of the man. He's a son of the man.
The grandson.
No, the answer would be son.
Yep, son. That's what I said.
Okay, so now here comes the second question. And Sunny said, my mother is the sister of Sanjay's brother. So what is Sanjay's relation with Sunny?
Uncle.
Mama.
Mama ji, yes.
Yeah, maternal uncle is the right answer. And now here comes the third question. Can we have the slide of third question, please? Hey Anirudh, can we have the slide for the third question, please?
We're having some technical issues.
Yeah. Come. Just
Okay. So now the question is, Anil introduces Rohit as the son of the only brother of his father's wife. So how is Rohit related to Anil?
Cousin.
Well, again, the answer is showing, but it's okay. All of you guys, you can take the screenshots of this question. Okay, now let's come to the next question, to the fourth question. And that is, pointing to Hari, Seema to Seema.
Paternal grandfather, Dada of my eldest son Mahesh. He is the paternal grandfather, Dada of
Father-in-law.
son Mahesh.
Father-in-law.
He is the grandpa.
No, वो उनके ससुर हुए ना. The answer is father-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, and now here comes the last question. So, pointing to a photograph, Rajat says, she is the only daughter of my mother's father. How is
Mom?
woman in the photograph
Mother.
related to Rajat? Yeah.
Mother.
The correct
Nani.
answer is mother.
Mother.
Okay, so that was fun, guys. It was an enjoyable brain exercise for all of us. And for the tip of the month, I would like to say that we don't necessarily have to have blood relations in order to be brothers and sisters. Well, flesh and blood, those are just the things that we are made of. In a real family, what matters is our hearts, like the family of one voicers, where we care, we show our concern and love for one another. And now is the time for our expert talk. So let's welcome another excellier who graduated in December 2003 as an MC. He is a BITS Pilani and IMT Ghaziabad alumnus and an IT professional with over 13 years of experience in multiple streams. Well, currently he has been working as a principal lead in the information security domain. And in his free time, he likes to read books, play table tennis, and practice meditation. He feels that in a world where moral values are falling short, there is an urgent need to follow dharmic principles. And the same need to be encouraged more and more. He believes in the philosophy that one has to light multiple diyas to ensure that the darkness doesn't win. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here I welcome this amazingly ingenious person, Mr. Mohit Bohra.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nisha, for the introduction. So I will just share my screen and let me know when you are able to see it. So today I'm going to talk about information security and how we can protect our personal data in the digital world, in our social, in the age of social media. So just keep, okay. So I would like to start with this image, and it's truly synonymous with what we have today. That today it's basically an internet highway, where identity theft is the number one common thing that happens, and many folks think that security is, let's say, only for banks, but actually security is for everyone today. Even let's say if we are as parents at home, there are still some tips and tricks that we need to look at when we think of security. You may hear some background noises. I apologize, my kids are outside, they're playing. So okay, so then we talk about that what constitutes personal data. So I think a few things that one can think of, so basically your IP address, your social media posts, your images, even your biometric data. And I'm sure many of you must have used Google Maps. Now, you don't, maybe you may not be aware, but Google Maps also has a history of tagging all your locations where you have been. So even that personal data could be captured, and it can fall into unsafe hands. And even your video footage, right? Um, so what are the new threats, right? So new threats, and I'm just listing a few here. There are quite a few additional that have come so far, but there is one that Google was fined, $200 million in 2019 for collecting, personal information about children. I'm sure, since 2019, or I think in the last few years, there has been a, plethora of, online channels, like Ayu and Pihu Show and others, where people are posting everything about themselves, what they are doing, how they are doing. So Google was fined just for that, for capturing all of that information. So just think before you post something on media. Then similarly, like we are using Zoom here, so I would so even in the past, like I think around in April this year, Zoom faced lawsuits for disclosing personal information and for your privacy and security concerns. Then there were some breaches for Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm sure quite a few are already on LinkedIn as well. So LinkedIn also had its share of breaches. And Equifax was one of the biggest banking companies in the US, which it used to believe that we don't need security, and due to a simple virus, a simple vulnerability, it's for almost 148 million users, credit card informations got stolen, and the head of the company had to resign and give a statement in the parliament as well. So, and speaking of COVID, so there have been a lot of new COVID themed attacks that have happened in the personal data. So, since February, so there has been a 667% increase of attacks, on spear phishing, where basically you get, emails, indicating an offer, and then there is just between March, from the start till March, there has been 30,000% increase, of attacks that have happened. So that's a huge thing, and you can see that from this graph as well. Okay, and some of the examples of those attacks are, like, I'm sure when the virus started, there was a lot of curiosity that, like, who all within our locations have the virus. So there were a lot of links, and I think they're still out, where, like, they will say, okay, enter your location, enter your things, and it will also spew out fictitious information that, okay, this place close to your home has a virus, right? So bear in mind that these were all, spam based sites, and like this one is a first one is a prime example, which basically impersonated a authentic site, John Hopkins Hospital's authentic site, to create fake data. Then similarly, a lot of phishing related viruses that came out based on the vaccines. Like today, we are all talking about vaccines. So a lot of new threats are coming, linked with the vaccines. So we must be all careful about. And then email phishing as well, where you get attachments, and, like, some some quick checks that, like, sometimes email address does not match, or it says open this attachment. So we must avoid doing that. And then some public organizations were also hit, like WHO was hit as well as part of this vaccine attacks, and then also in Czech Republic as well. So then it comes to, how do we share the personal data, how we secure it. So there are some do's and don'ts, what we should ideally be sharing and what we should not. So for example, your name, only your initials, and only your age, because anything else, like, let's say if I were to share my mobile number, or let's say my birthday or anniversary, then it is easily hackable. And also, I mean, let's say you have to share your birthday or anniversary, then maybe just restrict it to date/month. Always avoid sharing the year, right? And then voice replays are basically, I'm sure quite a few must have used um, Amazon Alexa or Google Mini devices, where you kind of give voice commands like, okay, Google, or okay, Alexa. What you don't know is that even those devices, like, when you're giving your commands, so that's also being stored on those devices because they're trained to, respond to your voice. So so um, and this is sometimes like, you might go into a public system, public place where they might have some public based Alexa or things. So avoid sharing sharing your voice samples there at a home. If you can secure it so that, like, nobody else can use it, then that is still manageable, right? And then we have this tendency that we sometimes use the same passwords on multiple sites, so we should avoid doing that, right? So then again, there are some additional things that, like, what kind of we should always check and verify the permissions for the apps and the mobiles, have a proper antivirus, and there are some browsers, like if you're browsing through internet, there are some browsers that promote strong privacy. So DuckDuckGo is a very useful browser, so where it does not store any of your cookies or any of your location history or anything whatsoever. So it's search engines are really safe and secure. And then few more are listed here. I have shared this slide with the coordination committee. So hopefully, once we are done with this, then we can share it with everyone. And then as parents, this is the next big thing, that, like, what kind of, like, how can we protect our kids from the cyber threats? Now with kids, one thing that is always we need to be on guard is cyberbullying. Now many times, and I won't be going through this link because this is a YouTube video. So this basically talks about the 10 different forms of bullying that a kid could be subjected to. And there are a lot of cyber predators that are online, and also, like, at times kids might inadvertently.
1 minute to go.
Okay. So um so okay, so if we I think a few more things from airports, like, that always make sure that the Wi-Fi that you're connecting to, it is encrypted. And then there are some tips that you can use as teachers. And when we authenticate these days, so we have newer ways of authentication from passwords. So you have your fingerprint based authentications and your voice based authentications, but they also have their risks. And like today, we also have our face scan or iris scan. So that could also lead to identity theft. So then this basically talks about the different standards that we have linked with our personal data protection. So um, hopefully you can read all this at your length, and you have a lot of references here which you can go through. Yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay, thank you, Mohit. It was really nice to gain such an important information that is necessary for us to know in our daily lives. And this reminds me of a short documentary named The Social Dilemma. I recommend all of you to watch that on Netflix. So
I
now,
have a question for Mohit.
Mm-hmm.
okay, sure.
Mohit, like we have lots of apps where we follow our children these days, because my
Mm-hmm.
child is carrying a tab, and I
Mm-hmm.
do track her when she is on the move
Right.
herself. She's a
Right.
15-year-old child.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we protect that now? Because their location services are on for her and for me as well.
Yep.
So,
So those apps, the tabs that your child is carrying, many of them, like, some of them have a child or a kid mode also enabled, like, so that where they can access only specific specific sites or specific services. So you can try and explore that. Or let's say if you have an Android based device, a tablet, and through that you're trying to control. So then there are also some applications like this. AVG has its own service where you can say that, okay, these apps, let's say for example YouTube is blocked, um, Internet Explorer is blocked, Chrome is blocked. So you can block certain services, or like, for example, the Play Store is blocked unless the child enters a password, or maybe it takes your thumbprint. So it's something like I have kids as well, and at times, let's say the kids want that we want to use the tablet. So I have used that setting so that, in case they have to use it, it is only when I authenticate, when I say that, okay, this is me logging in. So without that, it's always within my purview.
Okay, so maybe later in the alumni group, you could just write those apps for us, which can protect all this.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll share that.
Wow, that was a nice session, Mohit. And now let's welcome another exceller from the batch of 2003. This person is an MSc and B.Ed, so an educator, a counseling psychologist, a psychotherapist, a Reiki practitioner, and in her free time, she indulges herself in reading, singing, and doing yoga. The vision of this beautiful lady is to see a world having healthy minds, contributing towards maintaining a healthy relationship with Mother Nature, empathizing each other with kindness and humility, resonating with the tunes of universe. And today, she is going to take us to the soil of Punjab with her melodious voice. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, let's welcome this mellifluously voiced lady, Miss Aditi Sharma.
Thank you so much for a lovely introduction. Yes, as this is the theme of the day, Punjab, I'm not so good at Punjabi myself, but yes, I have been, I have dared enough to pick this song. So after a very serious talk, let us just, chill out for some time. So I brought this song of Rabi Shergill for all of you, where we know Rabi Shergill. He is so much influenced by the folk Punjabi literature. So his songs are mainly the shairi is going on, and he touches on an array of emotions. Like there have been times when, especially through the pandemic, when we realize that we have taken for granted most of our relationships. So probably reminding ourselves, okay, so there is a beloved who probably leaves certain messages for us, but then we just miss out reading those messages from that the loved one of ours. So I hope you enjoy. तेरे बिन सानू सोनिया कोई होर नहीं लभना जो देवे रूह नू सकून चुके जो नखरा मेरा तेरे बिन सानू सोनिया कोई होर नहीं लभना जो देवे रूह नू सकून चुके जो नखरा मेरा वे मैं सारे घुम के वेख्या अमेरिका रूस मलेशिया ना किसे भी कोई फर्क सी हर किसे दी कोई शर्त सी कोई मंगदा मेरा सी समा कोई होंदा सूरत ते फिदा कोई मंगदा मेरी सी वफा ना मंगदा मेरियां बला तेरे बिन होर ना किसे मंगनी मेरियां बला तेरे बिन होर ना किसे करनी तोपां विच छां तेरे बिन सानू सोहणिया कोई होर नहीं लभना जो देवे रूह नू सकून चुके जो नखरा मेरा जिवें रुकिया सी तू जरा ओ नहीं भुलना मैं सारी उम्र जिवें आखिया सी अखां चुरा रोवेंगा सानू याद कर असी हसते हसा अजीब पर तू नहीं सी हसया दिल विच तेरे जो राज सी मैनू तू क्यों नहीं दसया तेरे बिन सानू एह राज किसे होर नहीं दसना तेरे बिन पीड़ दा इलाज किस बैद नहीं लभना तेरे बिन सानू सोहणिया कोई होर नहीं लभना जो देवे रूह नू सकून चुके जो नखरा मेरा okay, just give me a moment. Okay, yes. मिलिया सी अज मैनू तेरा एक पत्रा लिखिया सी जिस ते तू शेर वारे शादा पढ़ के सी उसनू हंजू एक डुलिया अखां च बनसी है राज अज खुलिया तेरे बिन सानू एहराज किसे होर नहीं दसना तेरे बिन ए मेरे हंजू किस होर नहीं चमना तेरे बिन ए मेरे हंजू मिट्टी विच रोलना तेरे बिन गुजारा है नहीं सोनिया तेरे बिन गुजारा है नहीं सोनिया तेरे बिन गुजारा है नहीं सोनिया Thank you.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Aditi.
Wow.
Lovely, Aditi.
This is great.
That was really a euphonious trip that you took us on, and well, relatable too. That was a brilliant performance, Aditi.
Thank you so much.
And now to continue this musical journey, let's welcome another exceller from the batch of 2018. Hailing from Chandigarh, he is a mechanical engineer. In his free time, he loves to sing and dance. In fact, he is proficient in vocal and instrumental music. He has won a number of dance competitions, and he is also a fitness enthusiast. And today he is going to take us with him in the world full of soulful music by playing benzo. So guys, put your hands together for Colonel Vidosh Kumar Sabrawal.
लहरों पे लहर उल्फत है जवान रातों की सहर चली आओ यहाँ.
Well, this is the old beautiful number, which is going to play on banjo. The movie is Chabili and the singer is Hemant Kumar. And it is the song of 1960.
Wow.
Wow. Such a splendid performance it was, and all of us just got carried away with you for a while. You literally have earned many fans today, Colonel Sabharwal.
Thank you.
And now let's move forward and lend your ears to the connect. Please mute yourselves. Okay. So now let's move forward and lend your ears to the connecting link of one voice, our mentor, the guy who lives in our hearts, our own Ashit Ghosh.
Hello, my favorites. Welcome to this video. Look, I'm pretty unhappy that I have not been able to join this alumni physically, but stay on with me. I prepared this video exclusively for you yesterday, and I've got some very important information to share with you and some announcements to make. Look, I haven't missed a single alumni till date, and this is the first time I'm missing. Hey, how many of you are as regular as me? I come to alumni and I have tremendous joy because this is homecoming for me, because you guys are my family members. Get ready. This presentation has a title, Perception versus Reality. I will take you through a brief journey and explain to you why I have chosen this topic and why is it relevant to one voice philosophy. Perception. Focus on this word. What is it? Can you think of a metaphor that explains what is perception? I can certainly think of one. In fact, I got the one which you all know. You must have read it in your childhood in all primary section textbooks. And this is about the blind people and the elephant. 6 blind people went to see the elephant. See means they will see from their mind, their perception. None of them could see the whole elephant. None of them could actually experience the whole elephant. They could only experience the part. The guy who touched the body said it is a wall. The guy who touched the leg said it's just like the trunk of a tree. The fellow who held the trunk in his hand said, oh my God, elephant is like a rope. The guy who touched the ivory tusk felt it's just like a dagger. And the one who held the tail declared elephant and snake are same. Did any one of them see the whole elephant? No. Did any one of them describe the elephant fully? No. Anything happened? Nothing happened because they spoke about the perception and went away. No concrete productive results came from this business. And that's what is perception. And in the perception, you only deal with the past and you talk about the part, not the whole. And it's apparent. It's about your opinion, not fact, judgment. It deals with your convention, rituals, belief patterns, all those past stuff, you know, and your knowledge, not your wisdom or awareness. All this put together, do you know they constitute a subconscious mind? You talk about subconscious mind, subconscious mind, subconscious mind. Subconscious mind reflects your perceptive reality only. And they're all programmed from your past, from your books, from your parents, from your teachers, from the society. All the things that we have picked up from the past creates our perception. Unfortunately, we deal with the whole world with this erroneous perspective of perception. Now, what is reality? The whole elephant, my dear friend, the whole elephant is the reality. Because here in the reality, there is no past. They deal with the present moment, the full, the whole. And it's absolutely authentic. Not opinion, but facts. And your mind is free, as Tagore had said, where the mind is free and the head is held high. Reality, direct contact with the universe. And then oneness, not plurality, oneness. You will see the whole all the time if you are real. And then unity, awareness. Most important, reality is about conscious mind, not being blind, having the vision, seeing the whole directly here and now. So you know the difference between perception and reality, don't you? And just to recapitulate together, this is perception and this is reality. Hang on. How is it related to one voice? Hold it a little. These people who brought out the perceptive reality, did they have many voices or did they have one voice? Many voices, my friend, exactly opposite of one voice. But if you see the reality, there'll be only one voice, only one voice. You know now why this great fraternity is called One Voice World. We would like to connect the whole world, perhaps the whole universe. And that's within us, right within us. That's why in all the projects of One Voice, it would be a journey. It would be a journey from perception to reality. We are learning yoga from a master, and he also talks about the same thing, the universe is within you. Isn't it great journey? Now hold your heart. Something great is going to come for you in the new year. We have 3 solid new voice projects coming up for you in 2021. Let me take you through them one by one. The first one, you know, I love playing with my words. This book of mine has come out. It's a book of quotation, very thin one. I'm not asking you to buy if you are not motivated. But if you are, please go ahead and do it. You will not regret it. It's slightly hi-fi, philosophical, but if you have a higher mind, you will love it. Oyster has been abbreviated as open your soul to experience reality. How many of you would like to do that? Open your soul to experience reality. So come. This has been before as Satsang and Amrita, and this has now been renamed as Oyster, because we are going to talk about spirituality for the modern man. The whole theme is to experience spiritual freedom. But look, this is a membership forum. Your One Voice World will completely manage it, and you got to be an annual member. Only 5,000 rupees for the whole year, man. And it's going to continue day in and continue for throughout the year. Only once on a Sunday. Report at 7:15 and it'll end at 8:30. Just 1 hour. But the reporting is early because we take time in consolidating ourselves. Nobody can be late. So, what are you waiting for? 17th January knocking at the door. Get in touch with Kapil Abral, who is the coordinator, and sign up. Let's travel this beautiful journey. We will read, we will listen, we will view the audios, and we will have solid interaction in addition to meditation and chanting, right? Then we go to the next. And number 2, the name of this project is DIAL. Love it. What does it stand for? Diploma in Attitude in a Leadership. And this is a project for the children, not you, your children. I am pretty sure you would love to get your children trained by me. I have trained thousands of children in Pan-India. Ladies and gentlemen, children are the future. Don't worry. Even before becoming an MBA, they will become an MBA. Because this is a long 40-session program. Almost a year. The children are going to be with me only once in a week for 1 hour. It is such a solid plan. They will do it on Saturday. Guys, it's going to start from 3rd April. And Saturday, one batch will be from 9 to 12. age groups, another 13 to 17. I have given 4 to 5 for only one of this group. The other will be from 2:30 to 3:30. And you got to spend and invest to One Voice World 24,000 rupees per student. Token, very token. Your apple of the eye, your children, you're going to pay only 2,000 rupees per month. I think that's a very token amount. You can certainly trust your trainer, Oshit, and I'm going to do a good job for your children. I'm pretty excited. All of them will hold my diploma. Those of you who join. There'll be only 24 members. And let me in one of the batch, 18 members are already booked. So you got to rush, book yourself. And you have Kapil Abrol once again coordinating this. So get in touch with him. Just a few words. One Voice World is a new fraternity. All the administrative platform is being created, including the bank account. In another week or 10 days, everything will be ready. So get ready. Just enlist your name now. Third and the last project of the year. Hold your heart. Great things are coming. UXL, the ultimate course. I'm pretty sure those of you who've taken it, you do not want the course to die. All my efforts to create a legacy has not been successful so far, but now it is, because I have worked very hard for the 2 years and create an online module of this course. And that's going to be equal, if not better, and more effective than the face-to-face training. I have taken care of it. I had a lot of mental blocks myself. I have cleared them, and I put my whole research and life's experience to create this most powerful training online. Those of you who have already taken offline UXL, sign up once again, because this will be very empowering. We'll have a very limited group, and there'll be 4 levels. You can even join level by level. If you do not want to pay for the whole, which you must do if you are really serious, because that will save you a lot of money. But if you are not very sure and want to give it a try, well, come entry level, basic level, advanced level, and then finally you have mentorship level. Now 8 session, 12 session, 12 session, and finally punch 16 session. Above 18 anybody can join. We will deal with comprehensive personal development and self-management, including you will become a masterpiece public speaker. I'm pretty sure you know it. So details of the price and other things I will share soon, because everything is being worked out, and the program is going to start from 12th of April, which is a Wednesday. So ladies and gentlemen, with all these, I'm packing you back to the last part of your alumni. Thank you for being with me. And I'm pretty sure this is my formal last meeting with you in this year together. So I wish you a very, very happy new year. Those of you who are in Chandigarh, don't miss out my graduation of this batch going on and experience the thunder. It's going to be held on 27th of December. But rest of you, I look forward to meeting you all in the month of January in the alumni. At this time, I will be physically present. All the best. Enjoy a terrific weekend. Bye-bye.
Hey, hello.
Yes, Nisha, we can hear you.
Okay, so thank you, Ashit. You always fills us with immeasurable amount of energy and enthusiasm with your talk. And now here is an urgent information for all of you guys that this is our last alumni meet. Yes, this is going to be our last alumni meet, but for this year, and we are having our next alumni meet in the next year on 10th January 2021. See you guys there, and don't forget to give your precious feedback on today's meet. And at the end of the session, For giving us the word of thanks, I'm handing over the mic to another exceller of 2013 batch who is an entrepreneur and runs his pharmaceutical company. He is also a profound singer and guitarist and tremendously passionate about self-development and personal growth. He is a pet lover. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Anirudh Sharma. Over to you, Anirudh.
Hi, hello everyone. So thank you, dear Nisha and Alumni for giving me this wonderful opportunity on behalf of One Voice, One Voyage. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude towards our mentor and common force Ashit for this appreciation for the task force who have brought this meeting together. Through all these alumni, we are getting to connect with each other in these difficult times. Thank you, Nisha, for hosting such a wonderful meet. You were amazing, wasn't she? Thank you, Anjali, and our timekeeper Manmeet, and a huge round of applause for all our speakers for today. Excellier Dr. Sundari Kuber for sharing her life story. Excellier Mohit Bohra for bringing us up to speed with the most important and changing world of information security. Excellier Aditi Sharma and Excellier Colonel Sabarwal for your lovely and wonderful performances. And most importantly, the biggest, most heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you who have joined us today. Your substantial presence today has made the alumni a grand success. Finally, let us express our gratitude towards the soul of today's alumni, our Mother Nature, who has been taking care of each and every need of ours. Before signing off, I have an important task for you. Each and every one of you, bombard your WhatsApp group with your independent views and suggestions about the performance of today's alumni. It is a must, preferably within the next 30 minutes. Okay? I'm looking forward to see your participation in 10th of January 2021. This is me, Anirudh, signing off. Have a wonderful time. Have an amazing New Year and see you on the 10th of the next year. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Anirudh, we would like to hear a celebration. Kindly unmute all of you and celebrate.
Yes, this calls for a celebration.
Yes.
All of you.
Unmute all.
For your participation, and we hope to see more of you in next alumni meetings. Today you've seen we've packed it up to 1 hour. Of course, we were a little beyond our time limit. We are 7 minutes ahead, but next time you'll find it even more precise. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anjali.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Anisha, you were great. You were great today.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Anjali. Thank you, Aditi.
Yes.
All right. See you all
Okay,
on
so all of
January
you,
10th.
Wonderful,
Happy New
Aditi,
Year.
Nisha. Wish
Happy
you
New
all a
Year
very
to
happy
all
New
of you,
Year.
all of you
Yeah.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mohinder Singla. Happy New Year to you as well.
Okay, I'm ending the meeting for all now. Still someone is there.
Ravina, you can end the meeting.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, dear.